Hello, I'm Pam Hoffman, Everyday Spacer.
I'm Jeff Miller, 2049 Outfitters.
At Everyday Spacer, we show regular folks how to personally and directly participate in space exploration, science, and astronomy. We're here on Friday nights at 9 p.m. Pacific Time, 12 midnight Eastern Time, and 5 a.m. on Saturday in Germany. We're broadcasting live from Thousand Oaks, California. I see we have a comment already. Hey, Janie Becker.
Hi, Janie.
Happy Friday
Yep.
to you too. Thanks for being here with us. Did anyone see the eclipse last Saturday? Janie, were you able to get out and look at that? Or, observe it? You don't want to look at the sun.
Yeah. Well, you were out at the Moore Park Library just showing everyone how to look at it.
Yep, it was great.
Yeah. What, like you said, about 100 people showed up or
Yeah,
something?
there were about 100 people at the Moore Park City Library, and I think a good time was had by all. It was lots of good questions and lots of equipment to observe through different kinds of things so they could compare and contrast. It's very scientific. I think Janie has another comment.
Yeah. A friend sent me a photo.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of really great photos on the internet. All right, you have a little bit?
Yep. Oh. If you like this video, please subscribe and hit that like button. Thank you. Last week's trivia question was, what does ESA stand for?
And the answer is European Space Agency.
Today's topic, as you might have had a hint about, is ESASky. We'll be, actually, hey.
Oh, hello, Scott. Okay, good. Yes, yeah. Be careful. You don't want to look directly at the sun.
Yeah, and one of the ways to see it is to look at the sun shining through the leaves of a tree.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I actually saw that.
Cool.
Where you see a bunch of crescents there.
Yes.
But I had proper glasses for looking at it, and I could actually see the crescent looking at the sun. And
yeah, it was pretty interesting. Here in Southern California, we had 70% of that eclipse.
And mugged someone in the parking lot and put the glasses on him so that he could see it.
You didn't tell me that.
Oh, no, I just said, hey, you want to see the eclipse?
Okay. Good. All right, you're up.
Oh, did you run the book yet?
No.
Okay. We'll be back in 8.3 seconds.
There we go.
A few weeks ago, we watched a fellow YouTuber's video. Anton was known to us before, and we were encouraged by Don to see more of his shows. In the video we saw, he mentioned a tool. This inspired Pam to take a look. This episode, excuse me, in this episode we'll demonstrate that tool. It's called ESASky, or ESASky, but I think ESASky. And from their website, ESASky is an application that allows you to visualize and download public astronomical data.
First off, please understand that the site is huge. I think you'll see what I mean when I touch on a few areas. There's no way to demonstrate the whole thing in one episode. It was a little daunting to get into, though, so perhaps this demonstration will let you overcome that part of it. So let's see. Let me go ahead and share the screen. And when you go there, you'll see this. However, it disappears rather rapidly. And I want you to notice this is version 5.3.0, because we do talk about that in a little bit.
Oh, here, I'll share the link.
Great. Thanks, Jeff. That should be a clickable link in the chat.
Yep.
In the comments.
And there it goes.
All right. Hopefully you can see that. And if you want to follow along, that's great too. So first off, you'll see all these different open windows, a lot of unfamiliar icons. Oh, something's moving when you're moving the cursor. What the heck is all this stuff on top? This to me was quite a little bit overwhelming, actually. I did find a help though, and this one's learn more about ESASky here. So that's where I'm going to go next, and we'll come back to the site itself, and I'll cover all these different little things. Well, okay, I'll talk about them. I don't know much about them yet. Like I said, this is a very, very large website and lots of different tools. You can already see there's just enormous. Anyway, so we get to this, how to use ESASky, and I'm going to say it like that. Even if it's wrong, I'll change it. If I hear somebody who really knows what they're saying, I'll change my way of saying it too. And I got to say,
Anton said ESASky. So
he said ESASky, and he's actually sounds like he's European. I don't know exactly where he is, but anyway. So they say it's a science-driven discovery portal providing full access to the entire sky as observed with space, ground-based, and multi-messenger astronomy missions. Short videos on how to use the tool are shown below, and the general documentation can be found here. And this is another help page. Unfortunately, I found these to be quite advanced, however, because what's new for 2023? Wait a minute, what? How do I even use this thing? And everything I looked at was kind of the same. What's new for last year? What's this thing? Anyway, just on and on. And when I played even a couple of them, there was no audio. It was just, they were just clicking through things and okay. And it was a little fast. I just really thought, okay, I'm thinking, okay, let's go to the bottom. Let's see if these are like from early on. Well, okay, cats like it. That's cool. How to query ESASky with a Python script? What the heck? I don't know Python. What I found was even a little more helpful was this thing here, this ESASky help. And we referenced that at the beginning. Oops, sorry, over here. I think that's, nope, I think this one went to this page here with all the videos. And the thing at the bottom of this went to, yeah, this went to the help page here. So I thought this was a little more helpful. Unfortunately, it's a lot. I mean, it's a lot. Look at all these links. Okay. So something that I thought was even more beneficial was this interface description. How about we start by explaining how this thing works? All right. ESASky is an exploration site interface where the entire sky is available to search and explore. Its functionalities are described below. That I can understand. And then we got all these links. Well, fortunately, there's a lot here, as you can see. Fortunately, they just popped you down to this area below. And what an image this is. So don't worry about that for now, because they're going to tell you about the modes and basic exploration functionalities. And unfortunately, they talk about version 3.0. It might be a little bit okay if they updated it. Well, they talk about 3.1 here. But anyway, these are still around, though, this science mode. And let's go back to the original one, because here you see it, science mode and not science mode. And they actually describe them here, science and explorer. All right, so that's great. Getting started, use cases, that's cool. Interface description, tons and tons and tons of parts of this. It's kind of like your cell phone. You have lots and lots of functionality. You use maybe, 2/3 of it or half of it or 1/10 of it, like me. So you can really learn from this, though, because they describe it in mostly English terms. It's kind of plain English here, which is good. But yeah, still, look, there's just tons of integral observatories, Newton observatories, all these different observatories contribute observations. Yeah, they contribute into this platform, which is great. It's like, okay, cool. We have a lot of tools that they've integrated into this. So there's some possible things we can do. Catalog information. Unbelievable amount of catalogs. And all right, so I encourage you to come and look at this to your heart's content because it's a lot. It's a real lot. But again, I thought this was just so kind of daunting. Hopefully today you'll get over that part. All right, so let's see what else is in here. Hips. I mean, really, what does this stuff mean? I think it's going to take a little bit more time than just this past week, which is what I kind of spent looking at it. But there's some good stuff. The Hubble Outreach Images Webb, and I think they mean James Webb Telescope there. I think it was important to see the caveats, so I put that one up actually here. Oh, and I was going to run through these basically like this. But all right, so we're just going to go through the whole thing this way. Oh, I know what it was. The interface. This to me was more helpful than the help page was. Sorry about that. I went to the wrong one. Because they talk about the little icons. All right, science mode and explorer mode. You can have it in English, Spanish, or something I can't read. I don't know what this is. This last one here, is that Chinese?
Chinese or Japanese? I'm going to assume.
Japanese.
I'm going to assume Chinese, just because there's more Chinese viewers.
Yeah, that makes sense. And let me go back to the right place. Yeah, here we go. The interface page again. Because this is what I really want to talk to you about. I found this to be a lot more helpful than anything so far. All right, and so the coordinate frame can be changed with a drop-down menu. This I found a little weird because let me tell you, I kept looking at the top right corner like they say, and there isn't anything like that there. And then next to it, the cursor coordinates. Well, okay, guess what? That's in the upper left. I think this is what they were talking about. So there's an error there because look, there's the coordinates. You browse around and they change unless the cursor is not on anymore. And that's what they're saying here. It is the center, center of the field of view in blue if the mouse is outside the window. The size of the field of view, and it's funny, I read this Rack's deck, but it's right ascension by declination. But I didn't quite, go ahead, you had something to say?
I'm just thinking that, probably something changed between version 3 and version 5, and so they moved it to the left.
Maybe so.
Either that or this was written by someone on the east side of the Greenwich Mean Line, which means that everything's backward.
Yeah, I'm like, do they anyway, is it different in Europe? I know they drive on the wrong side of the road in England.
It's the metric right.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, here, field of view 33 degrees by 15. That could be right ascension and declination.
No, that's minutes.
So minutes, yeah, you're right. So I think that's at the upper left. All right, and the name of the display, HIPS All Sky Map. I really don't know what this is, this HIPS thing. So you can pan around, and I'll demonstrate that soon. It's actually kind of fun and cool looking. Or you can use the mouse scroller to go in and out, or the plus and minus. Kind of just like a lot of the normal things that we've seen. So there is an icon that I recognize.
Yeah. However, if you find yourself in an empty piece of sky with nothing you recognize, just scrolling around just doesn't do diddly. Except, oh, look, there's a star. There's a star. I don't know where I am. There's another star.
Yeah, so this was understandable too. So we're going out of the realm of normal icons that we kind of recognize into this other one, and this one is a grid system. I'm going to go ahead and show you that too because it's pretty easy. That's up here, and it just gives you this kind of green overlay of squares. And they have numbers in the ones that are. Pretty sure that's right ascension and declination again.
That symbol to me just means that you don't have a connection to the internet.
That's why I know. So, right? It's like, what do these all mean? All right. So, and that's why I think this is a really good place to go next. This interface page here. So, if you right click anywhere in this image, you'll find this menu here. Let's see. You can search selected coordinates for objects in Simbad. That's the first one there. Then this NED thing. And they say they're set to different, like this one's 5 arc seconds radius, 2 arc minute radius, and so on. Vizier. And I think the videos I did get to hear had something that they said Vizier. And that's this one, I believe. Oh. Vizier photometry. Oh, we got a comment?
Yeah, Janie.
Cool.
I appreciate your investment of discovery and exploration of the website and the vastness of Astronomica data. Yeah,
it's definitely vast, but hopefully this gives anybody who's interested in checking out more a little bit of a leg up, because it's not just like in your face. You'll actually have some idea of what to do. And I think this last one, worldwide telescope. So it looks like they're going to be a little more adjustable at some point. It seems like they're constantly working on this thing. I've just seen some of the different updates and stuff. But I thought I saw another.
Oh, Janie.
Oh.
Oops, finger bigger than keys on keyboard.
That's okay. I totally understand that. All right, so the search field, they say it's also top right, except coordinates or an object name. All right, and I think that is
actually in the
right
upper
here.
right.
This,
Yeah.
it is in the upper right. This search box here, and you see a lot of search boxes on various websites. So that was pretty understandable. Yeah, that you could get in an equatorial or galactic coordinates. And it's just details about what the system coordinates are about. All right. Oh, and you can enter an author's name or a bib code, and I think that means just for books and different papers references. In this case, the user gets the list of all Simbad sources related to that author's publications. I haven't even looked at that aspect of this yet. I was just looking at the tool and how you browse around and see things and what's what. I mean, really, this is so huge. And it sounds just amazing to use for all kinds of different reasons. All right.
Yeah.
And
actually, it sounds like you could do some good school projects based on the site.
I can see that. Yeah. See here for a list of the accepted search formats, and I think that would be useful to know. All right. And look at this. We're not even like a quarter of a page, and it's still going on. I mean, really, if you want to delve into this and use it, I would definitely recommend this interface page, and then go to the help page, and then go to these videos. I really think that's going to be a little bit better approach for most people. Maybe not everybody. I get that.
I started playing without reading any instructions, of course.
Okay. Yeah, well, I do that too, because then I'll go back and read the instructions and that's what that means.
Well, I just ask you.
Yeah. Right, but the thing is, then you've got a little bit of experience. You kind of like, oh, I recognize that now. I've seen that. Oh, that's what that means. Okay. I think it's helpful to go back and forth and start wherever you prefer. Playing with it certainly is valid. All right, so I don't think I'm going to go through all of this because it is just ginormous. But it looks like there's lots and lots of different things you can do with it. Yeah, this icon here, I had no idea what that means. And I still don't, because you really just are going to have to spend some time with this if you want to use a tool like this. And it looks, yeah.
Brings up the skies menu where it's ordered into wavelength regions.
Yes.
So I guess you could look at infrared, X-ray, optical.
Right.
So you can basically change your view.
And I think when you click on it, this is what comes up, this box here.
Or
so I kind of knew that, but it's...
Or the fifth version, like version 5 version of that box.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't think this is quite up to date. But let's see. So they describe just so much of this. I think this is really the best place to understand what you're using on this tool. All right, so let's see.
I should have looked at that page.
Yeah, I think it's going to be something we'll revisit. I really do. I just feel like there's a lot here, and we just couldn't possibly tell you even a small part of it in one night. But I think we'll come back to it.
With as much as my job is telling people to RTFM.
You do that, huh?
Yeah, I don't R the TFM.
All right, so I am going to come back to this ESA help page because then, like I said, I think this is a next good step for the different parts of it. You can pop to different places. Let's see, is this the same page? No, I think it's going to take you somewhere else. Oh, it might be this interface page. In fact, it is. All right. So, okay, that's useful. They actually take you from the help page, and it looks like you're going to want to right-click, open in a new tab so that you remain on the help page. Because, yeah, this isn't long enough for any of that. But they do kind of cover a lot of ground here. I think it's just going to be a fabulous tool. It's just figuring out how to use it. And then I'll talk about a little bit different idea then too. There's the caveats, and I kind of think it's important to understand the caveats in certain things. Just so you don't get, you avoid pitfalls, that kind of thing. All right, so let's see. And that's the end of that page. And I think there was, Nope, maybe somewhere else. All right. One of the things I found too was this forum. And if you're into forums, this might be a really good place to come and talk about bugs and get help, because I noticed that there aren't a lot of users, 146 people. Well, that's kind of low, but I don't know about you, but I often feel kind of lost when there's this just ginormous amount of people, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands. I just, holy crap, how am I going to, get any
Oh, well,
attention for things at all?
well, here's the thing.
Yeah,
for
you're a
using
forum user.
forums. Yeah,
Please tell us.
look at where it says active topics. You go into there.
Oh, here, the 51 active
yeah.
topics.
Yeah. So what you do
Okay.
is you get a topic list, and then you basically see what interests you.
Okay.
If you know specific people, you could go to the users list and see what they're looking at.
Alrighty.
But I usually just go by topics
Okay.
on forums.
That makes a lot of sense. So there's probably a few ways to approach this kind of thing, but I really do like it that it's not huge and overwhelming as well. A lot of this looks to me like it's very functionality oriented, though. This little, I wish they had done a moth instead of this little ladybug, but I think that's probably about a bug. There's another one.
Ideas.
Yeah, ideas.
Questions.
So not a huge amount of things going on. Again, that's kind of nice. They got more. Browse all is down here in the bottom. But yeah, they kind of tell you under review, planned, fixed. It's like, oh, that's good. I wanted that fixed, and it's fixed.
I really like the format of this forum.
Okay.
Because they tell you, because if someone has a question, they tell you whether it's answered.
Started. Yeah.
And bug, yeah. Under review.
Yeah.
Ideas are either completed or under review. So.
Yeah. So, being from the United States, there's kind of a different feel for things that are from other countries. And this is a good example. In fact, in our intro, it was like, oh, it marks that as a spelling error. Well, we use visualized with a Z, and they apparently use it with an S. So it was kind of interesting. All right, so we've kind of had enough preamble. I am going to delve into the site itself. And I got to say, I do not know why it came up without all the crap this next time, unless there's one open already. And so it's not going to do that for this one. I don't know. But I think the first thing you want to do is pick your mode, Science or Explorer. Or you can close this thing, because you always got it here. You got Science mode on or off. So that means Science or Explorer. All right, so I'm going to...
And here I thought when I was looking at it, you had to pick one, and then that's what you were stuck in. But I didn't see that switch up top.
Yeah. Like I said, this seemed a little daunting at first. So, and here's another... I'm going to close it so we can see everything. Here's another strategy I take. I start from the top. And of course, I read from left to right, and I just look through them all like this. So I think this is that frame thing. As you can see, it's blue, so that means it's focused on the center. And there's kind of a cursor there. And if I move the cursor itself, those change. You see how the white numbers now are changing. This is, what do they say, field of view? Oh, 0 by 0. That's interesting. And I think this one here, has the different wavelengths.
Yeah, we're looking at optical right now.
Which is fine. All right, so then we're going to keep going over here. We got the Science mode or Explorer mode. Then we can choose our language. They only have English. I think this is Spanish, and I think this is something Asian.
It's either Chinese or Japanese.
Okay. All right, and remember, oh, that's interesting. I thought we were going to get the grid over the whole thing. See, I'm still learning too. But let's see. We've got some, look, toggle showing coordinate grid on top of the sky. It's not quite doing that with this one.
Oh, and you're in Explorer mode.
Okay, so let's try Science mode.
And if you notice, Science mode gives you a whole lot more.
It changes the icons. I'm going to go back now so we can go down to the next row, and but these do come up with, like, you can take a screenshot of what you're currently looking at, and this one is familiar to me. You get the URL for the current view, and you can share through this too. The question mark was learn more, and that's that help page we went to, the one I thought wasn't that helpful right there. But I think it will be eventually, when I know something about this site. All right, and so what else do we have? Feedback and the 3 bars here. View in WWT video. It's a drop-down menu here. I don't think it's the one they were talking about, though. I think the frames one they were talking about is right there. All right, so then we come to this next row of navigation, manage skies, and that gives us the different.
Oh, let's see what happens when we change the color. For the first one, optical.
Here?
No,
optical.
Let's try it in gamma rays.
Gamma ray?
Well, that's not interesting.
Well, it is because I think we're just scrolled way out.
Nope.
It's very pixelated.
Yeah.
All right, but you can pick, you can choose. Oh, and they've got, look at this little question mark probably has some information. Here we go. Select sky. The skies are ordered into wavelength regions from gamma ray to radio, and an others section at the bottom, which currently holds physical models. So go ahead and read that.
Oh, let's look at infrared because see what
infrared, because lots of good stuff is happening with infrared. With the James Webb's telescope. Is it, what do you want? Near, mid, or far?
Let's go mid.
Mid? All right.
Let's go back in.
Scroll back in.
Oh, there you go. There it is. You scrolled out a bunch. It's right.
I did. Oh. It's right, what?
Oh, it's right there.
Oh, what we were looking at before?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So that's how it looks in infrared.
All right.
If you go back to optical, it's...
where is optical?
Middle.
There it is.
There, see?
Yeah, you're right. Okay, cool. All right, and I think there's some other... Anyway, you have lots and lots and lots of choices, too. Look at that, pan stars. Very good. All right, and I think even this one, yeah. Also, you've got like an information button here, the question marks, this thing here, add new row. Oh, we got another
Hi, Cliff.
Hey, Cliff. Welcome. How you doing? Yeah, you can always catch the replay. Thanks for joining us. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and click out of this and look at the next one. It's got explore a random target. That's kind of cool. Do you want to push it? Should we push it?
Sure.
All right, Fargo, let's go. Messier 2. Ooh, I like it. And that's nice because it popped up with an explanation of it. It's a globular cluster of stars approximately 37,200 light years away in the constellation Aquarius. Oh, cool. All right, so let's try it one more time because let's see where it takes us. Messier 19, a near infrared image. Oh, so that's changed even the mode, right? Does it say? Yeah, near infrared. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead to the next one. Manage list of targets. This is probably for some research purposes. Upload target list. Oh, okay. So if you have an actual list of things you would like to look at, oops, and look at that. Even more information. It was covered by that explanation.
Oh, you can select the target list.
Select the target list. Orion, Webb, spiral galaxies. Maybe these are by other users. I don't know. Again, this site is huge. So select it or upload it. I'm going to kill this so we don't get that problem we had. All right, so then we've got this Explore Outreach images from the Hubble Space Telescope. Let's see what that does for us.
It gives a spinny thing.
A rolling donut, yes. Oh, remember that was that was this thing when we first had it open. But it's much nicer to kind of see things one at a time, I think. So, All right, I'm not quite sure. And I don't want to take up your time, but, definitely play with things, folks. Right, for prints. All right. And then this one, it looks like the James Webb Space Telescope. And in fact, it says Explore Outreach images from the James Webb Space Telescope. Any JWST fans out there? Here you go. And again, we get this. Oh, interesting, though. It says 96 rows. Let's say, okay, there they are. They kind of had to be opened up to see them.
Oh, yeah. James Webb reveals complex galactic structures.
Oh, nice. Yep. I'm going to close these out. And you can read the information here. This image from NASA ESA CSA James Webb Space Telescope shows IC 5332, a spiral galaxy. That is cool. I want to point out something here too now that we've got a good image to look at. This has an image opacity bar down at the bottom here. And as you can see, it makes it, oh, I think we're kind of revealing, huh. Oops, sorry. That was my, oops. It looks like, I don't know, are we changing from like visual to
I don't know.
infrared?
Do it all the way down. Let's see what we see when it's all the way down.
Sure, it would seem like it was just dark.
So maybe it's the amount of processing. Maybe down is totally unprocessed.
I don't know. It's definitely something you want to explore. Oh, you can see more. Okay, that's cool. It might be in this part here. It might explain what's happening with this opacity bar.
I don't see it.
Again, this is just such a huge site. I have a film. We'll be back to it. But I just didn't have enough time this past week to delve into every little piece of it. Yeah.
Even though this seems complicated with all the buttons and features, I bet after a few hours of playing with it, it'll become way easier. Yeah.
Yes, I think you're right.
Yeah.
I didn't exactly spend a few hours, but I can totally see doing that. All right, so let's see. We've gone through all of these now, and we have that search. What do you think? Should we try for something? Let's let's look at the Orion Nebula. Let's see what the Orion Nebula.
Actually, I was just thinking the exact same thing.
Orion Nebula, really? Well, it's a very common thing, and a lot of people know where to look for it. If I could just spell it. I did much better with Nebula. Here we go. Orion Nebula. Let's see what it does for us for Orion Nebula.
It does the spinny thing.
The spinny thing.
Not
found!
Oh, Nebula.
Oh, I spelled it wrong. I was wrong. Okay. Oh, what's Cliff got to say?
Looks like a stacked picture. Oh, that's probably what it was.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. And, you know, I've seen these boxes in these different places. Like, of course, this big help image is one of them. And what was the other one? There was another one. Maybe it's the interface. Is the interface? Look at that. We haven't even gotten to a quarter of the page. Is this? Yeah, look at this thing. So there's something about the boxes here. I definitely not completely sure.
Oh, you can click on a box. It probably zooms into that. Oh.
I'm not sure. Well, we will continue to play with this tool, I have found. And let's see what, oh, image opacity doesn't really do much here. Isn't that interesting?
Maybe if you zoom in, that there might be features that
try zooming in. And zooming in, remember, is with the mouse roller or these plus, and they're over here. The plus and the minus, they're on like the middle of the right hand side of the page. So that's a bit farther in. I don't, nope, I don't see, it doesn't seem to be doing anything for me. All right, anyway, let's move on because I want you to see more of this very cool site that we still don't know much about.
I want to play with your Orion Nebula.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's a great target for a lot of reasons because you can go out and see it pretty easily, even with a small telescope or binoculars, actually. All right, so let's see. I think I'd like to go to the science mode, turn the science mode on.
Yep.
And I think it'll stay with the Orion Nebula even when we shift modes. But we'll find out shortly here because it is, and I'm going to, let's make it bigger. Let's bigify our page.
Oh.
Yeah.
Field of view,
the boxes.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, so it did stay there. That's useful. And, of course, we've got these frame things up here still. We've got our navigating, you know, when you move the cursor or when you stop, it's blue. Then this is the right ascension and declination. Oh, and this changed. Or, well, I guess we didn't have near infrared before, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Okay, I can toggle this, or I can close it out here with this bar. All right, so let's see what these are. This is probably the same thing. Manage skies. Yep, I think that's what it said before, right? And yeah, that's the same interface box that we had before. All right,
so there's a plus on it. Let's go back into it. What's the plus on the bottom?
Yeah, we did that before.
Oh, okay.
Add new row.
Okay.
Hips from. All right, and then we've got some new icons. What's this one? Explore image observations for this region. We've got the explore catalog data for this region. I'm not completely sure what the numbers coming off of it are about yet.
Well, catalog data, that's probably the catalog number.
Could be, yeah. Explore spectral or light curve data for this region. Explore data from external data centers in this region. Explore multi-messenger events. There's that multi-messenger events again. I'll have to learn what that means. Explore publications data for this region. And observations planning tool. Okay, yeah, my eyes are. All right, so we've kind of got a better idea of what all these icons are for both the science mode and the explore mode. Oh, and you know, if we sit there long enough, it says switch between science and explore mode. All right, so let's stay here for a minute. And what do you want to look at? Do you want to try anything?
Let's go through the icons. We've already seen the first one. Let's try the second one.
Oh, got it. Yeah, we kind of didn't. We just reviewed the names of them. And here, look at these. Oh, okay. Maybe it's from these different. Yeah, Hubble Space Telescope.
Oh, and I look at the colors.
JWS. Oh, you think they're corresponding with these bits here?
Maybe, but
that makes sense.
Try doing a different color. You know, try Chandra soft X-rays. Your middle of your side.
This one.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Oh, I see. They have added a bunch. These are probably from the Chandra soft X-ray.
Yep.
Probably a satellite or something, right?
Yeah.
All right. This is so much out of. I didn't look at any of this. We're gonna have to spend more time with it, folks.
We're gonna be
and
playing
let you know
after the
later.
show,
Yeah, I have a feeling we will. Okay. Does that doesn't turn it off though? Look.
No.
How do we turn it off?
Something.
There's an X here. Well, I wanted to kind of go back to.
Oh, okay. Yep.
All right, and I see something on the bottom here. Look at this radio, optical. Oh, isn't that good?
Oh, look. Bring this one back out.
Yes.
Now the other one, you can narrow it from both sides so that you get just a range that you want.
That looks useful. And of course, this is everything for this part of the sky. Wow. Okay. Yeah, no real clue.
Well, you can probably click on one of those lines and it gives you that image.
Oh, one of these lines?
Yeah.
Nope.
No, not the checkbox. Clicking on the line itself.
Like in the middle of it?
No.
It checked the box.
Okay. Don't know.
Sorry.
We'll play later.
Gotta learn more at some point. So, oh, and you know what? Now that I've pulled that off, I see more of this.
Yep.
Oh, you can reduce it or bring it back up.
Or you can kill the tab.
Or you can exit. Yeah. All right. Interesting. Okay. So, oh, you know what? See, the grid works here now. I wonder why we didn't get it for the full page before. And this, okay, this is Explore Catalog data for this region. That one was for, what did it say? Image observations. I'm just going to click on them real quick. Spectra and light curves. Because it's staying the same, but we're changing this icon part here. From external data centers, which the multi-messenger. Oh, look, gravitational waves and neutrinos. Hot damn. All right. Here we go. Loving this stuff. Oh, that looks a lot like the other one, doesn't it? And what did this one say? This was from students? From
no, these are publications.
Publications. Oh, my goodness. Update on... wow. All right. So... let's click on the last one. Observations planning tool for James Webb Space Telescope. And that tells you something about it. This tool projects onto the sky the footprints of astronomical instruments at any chosen position and orientation, and much, much more.
Oh, and Cliff has more on the boxes. Field of view of different scopes. Yeah, that's what I figured. The different colors.
That makes sense.
And
thank you very much.
No.
RTFM.
No, I tell other people to RTFM when we're dealing with computers. I don't have to RTFM.
Well, you know computers. Yeah, let's look at this. Has these different instruments, I think. They look like NRI cameras. Look like instruments from different, well, James Webb, probably, right? All right, so where do we go from here? I think, oh, I know what I want to do. This was kind of fun. This is what I really done. I was in Explorer mode. And I think it's trying to do something here. Let's see if I can kill that because
it's trying to count all of the data. So
yeah.
So go.
Shoot. What do I want to do to stop that? Were we here? Which one? Nuts.
Go into
Tell you what,
mode.
I am going to do a refresh because I think that will. Yep. See, we got that. Oh, interesting. But now I kind of know what it is. I'm gonna close these out because I want to show you what happens when you do this. If you go all the way out and you kind of see some of these different areas, I don't know, they're pretty uniform, so it might not be what I'm thinking. You know, sometimes you'll see maps of different planets and they have stripes. It's spliced together images. Well, I think these are too.
Wow, slot machine eyes. So many boxes, publications. Oh my.
Yes, indeed. I think these are spliced together, but it's way too uniform to be like what I'm thinking of as, you know, they've taken this swath from this camera. But what I was really interested in was kind of really zooming out to see the whole entire, well, I guess it's anything we can see with whatever. Oh, let's go back to visible. That's a little bit more understandable because we know optical. We know what things look like with our eyes usually. So here it is, the whole universe, but weirdly, you know, when we look out, we kind of see it as a under the bowl thing. This looks like it's over the top of the bowl thing. And it's really kind of weird, but I realized that I was like, oh, I actually recognize this. This is probably like the center of the galaxy. And then I remember seeing Orion for sure, and I recognized that, but weirdly, it wasn't backwards to like if you were looking from the outside in. It was still, but it looks like this globe thing as it's moving, and you can rotate it around. So anyway, it's a new toy. Play with it at will. You've got the link. Yes, I hear you over there thinking. Or making fun of me. I'm not sure which.
No, just play with it at your own risk.
Yes. But you can really just zoom in as far as the information from the different sources will allow, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yes, mosaic pictures put together. I agree with that. But I think you can also point at something and get the name of it. Shoot, I forget how that worked. Yeah, I don't remember. Let's go to the other mode. Let's see. Oh, I was in Explorer mode. I take it back. I was science mode. Science mode on here and off there.
Yep.
So, oh, and they add a line, don't they? They add a, yeah, the icons change.
Yep.
So that's another way to understand which mode you're in.
Science mode has more icons.
Yeah, it does. All right, so I am going to, I think I'm gonna be done with that for now. If we do, you know, check out more of this and understand it better, we will definitely come back and talk about it some more. But what I really want to go into next is that I really love all of these great tools that we have access to now. And we've talked about a bunch of them, but sometimes I sit there and I go, well, what the heck can I do with it? I have proposed a solution, though. If one or more of our viewers would like to connect, to do some brainstorming, that would be really cool. I would love it if you would send me a message to the email address on your screen right now if you'd like to participate. And put in the subject line ES Collab, which is Everyday Spacer. ES is Everyday Spacer. So yeah, go ahead and get in touch. Even if there's just a couple of us, I think it'd be fun to work out some kind of a project to do with this or any of the other tools that we've talked about. I mean, it could be one or more of them. I'm not, I don't mind. It's just what might work to really put these into action for ourselves. I've done a lot of things, but you guys always show it upside down. Cliff's got Yes, Cliff. All right, so I just putting it out there. If someone would like to play with it some more and play with in a group, I think it'd be kind of fun to come up with a project. And I think I did see something. Where can I find it again? It was like, if you would like to propose something for the James Webb Space Telescope, and I think that's possible for really anybody, right? Anybody can propose something to the James Webb Space Telescope. You can set it up with this tool and try and kind of plot it out to begin with.
I'd actually heard about that. I didn't know that anyone could do it. But the reason is because if they've got one observation here and another observation over here, if any of their suggestions take place over here, they'll shoot it as they're moving from one to the other. So if they're like their planned, stuff, technical stuff, they have to move from one to another. If there's any suggestions that are in between, they'll just shoot them as they go. I didn't even think it was that.
I didn't think it was that constrained. I thought, I mean, you can propose something. It doesn't mean that it will happen.
But it goes on the list of, and if it's and so if they're traversing, they'll look and say, let's see what's on the way. And
well, I can see them going to somewhere like, oh, that sounds like a really interesting idea. I mean, if it's interesting enough, or if it's, I don't know. Something to look into.
Yeah, or if someone looks at it and goes, hey, I could do a paper on that, then they shoot it. Yeah,
so again, I think this will really help you get kind of over the hump of, oh my God, what is all this? Having done a little bit of digging in this demonstration, there's a lot more to this site. If you want to do a project, get in touch. And you may see this again. We may talk about some specific parts of this in a future episode. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Up to you.
Okay. So I get to decide if we
agreed. Segment. The next segment is yours.
Some stellar events this week, October 20th through October 27th. It's a busy week. October 20th, the moon runs low. We need to get a charging station out there. And Mercury is in superior conjunction. I'm just thinking of it being very...
I know.
I'm the man. What? It's Mercury going. It's feeling superior.
Okay. All right.
October.
We've been doing this long enough. You get to see this part too. the not so part. Oh, Cliff says the stars they
have cross shine. Hubble of 6 crosses.
Oh, I see. Yes, if you
cross shine if Hubble or 6 crosses.
Cross shine. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Chris.
Well, it's the spikes that come out of it when you see it in an image.
Oh, okay. I know the James Webb has 6 of them.
Yeah, and Hubble has 4.
It's an artifact of the telescope. It's not what's out there really.
Right. Yeah, but that I guess Cliff
you
is
can
saying
identify them.
That's how you can tell whether
they're artifacts.
An image was shot by Hubble or Webb.
Right. You can identify an image because of its artifacts, and that's cool. I mean, we've got enough up there now. We can kind of say, oh, that's a James Webb Space Telescope image. Right. Yes. More.
October 20th through 22nd, the Orionid meteor shower peaks after midnight. And the moon is the first quarter moon, and it should set by midnight.
Yep. We're in luck.
Good viewing for that.
Not always.
Also, Pluto and the moon are in conjunction, which big hairy deal. You look at the moon and go, oh, Pluto's near there somewhere.
Yep.
So
do we got more?
Yeah, fun and interesting big topic to explore when more time is available. Thanks, guys. Have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you, Janie. You as well. I'm so glad you're here.
Okay.
I think you're here, right?
October 23rd, Venus is at greatest western elongation. 46 degrees west is what it says.
It'll be above. I should put in there when to find it. You look before the sunrise, and it's pretty high, like 46 degrees above the horizon, like right before sunset, I think. Or no, that's greatest western elongation. So it's the farthest away it gets from the sun. Because remember, Venus and Mercury are between the Earth and the sun. They're never going to be like far away. They're always going to be close to the sun one way, one side or the other.
Unless something really bad has happened.
Yeah, it'd be really bad if they're somewhere else.
October 24th, Saturn and the moon are in conjunction. That you'll see. Saturn will be 3 degrees north of the moon. October 25th, the moon is at perigee, and Neptune and the moon are in conjunction. October 26th, the moon is on the equator. October 27th is our Friday night show. It's close to Halloween, so we'll play with that a little. Find us Fridays at 9 p.m. Pacific time on the Everyday Spacer Facebook page and the Everyday Spacer YouTube channel. And the moon is at ascending node.
Some other events and activities. Oh, diffraction spikes. Oh, yeah, that's a good way to say it. Some other events and activities. There's a partial lunar eclipse on October 28th. That's kind of outside our weekly range. But this full hunter's moon will enter the umbra of the Earth's shadow. It's visible from northeastern North America, eastern South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, Australasia. This won't be very stunning though, because it's not like a normal eclipse where it actually comes into the.
It'll just dim slightly.
It'll dim slightly. Yes, I think if you're observing it and you're recording it and stuff, you'll notice. But I don't think most people will really.
It might redden some. It might turn red because in the umbra, it depends on the position of the sun, but it might, it's kind of at that part, where some of the sun going through a lot of atmosphere.
Yeah, I don't think it will. I don't think it'll be that much different. And most people won't be able to tell, I don't think.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that more a little bit next week because it is kind of our next week of ephemera. I'm going to talk to you about this thing here. It's the New Worlds Conference, November 17th and 18th. Join astronauts, artists, and experts in policy, education, and human health. This is dubbed the best little space conference on the planet.
And that figure there is just so creepy looking.
Yes, it is. But he's doing the moonwalk.
Yeah.
Notice if you look at his feet. If you go to the website and you look at his feet, you will see.
Yeah, but the joints aren't moving right.
No.
There's just something off about that.
It's probably AI, actually. So this will be in Austin, Texas next month. All right, so let's see.
Yeah,
You're up.
Get off that. Okay, good. It bugs me.
Sorry.
If you or someone you know has done something interesting involving space exploration, science, or astronomy, we'd love to share our live. Join us again next Friday. Someone scrolled. Join us again next Friday, October 27th, where we'll have another crunchy topic, sprites and other spooky atmospheric effects. A couple of weeks ago, we got a very interesting question of what are sprites, or
we didn't actually kind of know.
Well, we know in general, but we don't know in detail. So, during last week during the show, we got that question, or someone wanted to know more about them. So, that inspired us to bring you a crunchy episode about unexplained phenomena in Earth's atmosphere. Basically, we'll talk about sprites. If there isn't enough known about them, then we'll look at other things too. Because there's a lot of stuff that happens in the upper atmosphere that people don't know.
Like it for a sprite hunt?
Yeah.
Well, you'll know more if you come back next week. We really appreciate you being here. Thanks so much. Very, very much appreciated. Cliff and Janie and Scott. I know Dawn is on travel. I think that's it for tonight.
Yes.
We're so grateful. Thanks for being here, folks.
Yeah.
Want to have a great week. And we'll talk about the atmosphere next week.
Had a thought watching Star Trek New Worlds second season just before this show.
Yes.
Maybe in a future episode we do a musical version.
No. We will not. All right. Anything else from the peanut gallery over here?
No.
Anything else from you? Folks, have a really great week. We'll see you next Friday.
Good night.
Good night.